Yeah, just hung out with a friend of mine on New Year's. Nothing big. We did end up watching a bunch of that Gundam thing that you recommended to me.
Iron-Blooded Orphans?
The 8th
Lightning?
MS squad.
8th MS team.
8th MS team. Most of it. Like the vast majority of it.
Okay.
So I have some thoughts about that.
All right.
Boy, that's old. Number one.
All right.
Like it hits you. It's like it feels much older than it actually is. Like it's from
been a
95. It feels like it's from the mid 80s or earlier.
Well, it's done in the style of the older series.
It's like that's anime as fuck. Like not even new anime, just like the hair, like that dickhead Guineas's hair is just all over the place. But I was struck with like one big problem the whole time I was watching it, and it really bothered me. It's like, dude, I get it. You're sad that your pen pal girlfriend is like breaking it off with you in the mail. You're really excited about your new song, guy, that you're gonna go to the other base. I get it. That Xeon chick, she's really hot. But are any of these things more important than the war? No, they're not.
Oh.
Stop being a bunch of stupid assholes. I'm not going to kill anybody because I love this girl. You're fighting a war. Your superiors are right.
Go do the war instead.
You're not to be trusted because you won't shoot people in the war. What is wrong with you? Like, it's taking me... And, like, I feel like this is a very humanized version of Gundam. Like, Gundam, I've been told, is very melodramatic.
And depends on the series, but yeah, a lot of the time.
Like... Every single thing, one of the, like, stupid pen pal kid, Miguel, almost gets his CO killed.
Right.
Because he's not paying attention to having his foot down on a pedal.
They're a ragtag group.
No! Jail! Jail for that kid!
Throw him in the brig. How far did you get?
Like 2 episodes from the end.
Okay.
How much is that?
It's 12 episodes.
Okay, so only
Is that
12.
like 10,
okay.
I guess, yeah.
Norris is a cool guy.
Cool.
I like him better than everyone else in the story.
Cool.
Because he knows how to fight in the war, god damn it.
Yeah, okay.
No, like, would that be a problem for other Gundam series if I went over to them?
No, because often there's cooler secondary supporting characters.
No, I don't mean that. I mean,
What do you mean?
like, shut up, Char, the war is more important than your personal bullshit.
I don't think that'll be a problem because, again, the philosophy of the series changes from
because like that's just one, like, you know how you have your thing where you want all the children to die and all that thing.
Well, no, but yes.
And one of my things.
No, I don't want them to die.
I just don't want
wish
them
they were
alive.
dead. Yeah, exactly.
And one of my things is like I cannot understand. Like, if your unit is a military unit,
yeah,
and the characters are like just like, again, they're ragtag. It reminds me a lot of Valkyria Chronicles. If Liam, did you play Valkyria Chronicles?
Yeah, she bakes bread.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that. Like, everyone's like, "Hey, I'm gonna bake the bread for you guys," and "Hey, oh man, I really want to write this paper," and it's like, no, there's a war.
Yeah, let's have a little family,
and it's
in the middle of what is essentially
this isn't
a
like
war
a
zone.
border skirmish. This is a war for the planet. And, like, there's a flashback sequence in which they show a chemical attack that kills an entire colony. And that happens once, and they never talk about it ever again.
It makes me think of Fire Emblem, because Fire Emblem's really good at handling, like, we're all buds in war. Because all the Fire Emblem games are war, and I think Awakening's the only one that doesn't handle it well, and it goes too anime.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of stuff fumbles with
It's just super weird
handling
because
war.
you have this really goofy, lighthearted tone, and then they get into a battle, but that lighthearted tone doesn't really leave.
Yeah.
But people are getting, like, blown to bits.
No, exactly. Like, it doesn't need to be the most serious thing in the world. I just want anime brothers in arms.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Like, I don't...
I just want anime Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Skycrawlers.
That being said...
Skycrawlers, that one's good. They're fighting a war they don't understand.
I have now discovered that Gundam has one of my favorite logical fictional contrivances for fighting ever.
Okay.
Which is because I didn't know anything about Gundam, right? Mm-hmm. And in my mind, Gundam is a bunch of space battles in which the robots explode afterwards.
Okay.
And I was really confused for maybe 6 or 7 episodes. Why don't the robots explode? Why aren't they cutting them in half with beam sabers? And then a story element happens in which you cannot shoot them in certain places because they're all powered by nuclear reactors. And on Earth, you cannot blow up Gundams.
Yeah.
because it will be a fucking problem.
It's one of the worst ideas.
And I was like, and there's a bit where somebody is going to die but cannot shoot upwards because they will hit the reactor of the Gundam shooting at them. And I was like, that's awesome. That's really fantastic.
It's fucking sick.
That's the best reasoning to just bullshit a bunch of like, well, why don't they do this scenarios
that being
ever?
said, in space,
And
it's no
like,
holds
thinking
barred.
back, it's like,
Just
well,
nuke space.
That's why all the space battles have these massive
Go
robot
nuts.
explosions.
Go
who
nuts.
cares?
No one cares.
No one cares about a nuclear
Oh,
explosion
yeah.
in space.
Yeah.
Who will it harm? No one. That's
Also, people who don't give a shit about the Earth don't give a shit.
Yeah.
either.
Okay.
So there's that.
And they're the really bad guys.
So I know this doesn't deal with the genesis of the war.
No.
But like, man, fuck those Xeon pigs. Get off my planet. And like, there's heroes on both sides.
Yeah, well,
But-
it's not even that. It's that, like, Xeon is, like, it's not as cut and dry as it seems.
Yeah, I know, and there's some Earth Federation generals that are dicks, and they're doing dirty shit and like all that. But you know what? They wouldn't have to do that if the fucking colonies were invading Earth. You fucking cunts, get off my planet.
It all goes back to who started what.
What is
right?
it? What is a series in which like the feds are shown to be like just overtly like villainous?
Gundam Seed, actually.
Okay, well, one that I'll actually watch.
That's a pretty good example, but there's some other ones out there. But yeah,
because like I'm interested to see if that would change my mind.
Zeta has some fucking asshole Earth Federation dudes in it as well.
Not the same series, but Killzone as well.
Yeah, Killzone.
So it's pretty much the exact same
Killzone's so
thing.
interesting because you know those Hellgas dudes with the eyes.
Yeah.
They're the aggrieved party in that series. Like the people that you fight, like they're
They're the nice people.
They're the nice people. Because like it's like they always portray you as the hero, and like you're told, oh, you're a hero, and all the bad guys look super evil and like Nazis. But then you look at like the little excerpts that come in the manual, and you're like, oh no. Like the Federation.
Why are we committing atrocities to them?
Is like doing like hostile invasions of these countries of these planets for like no reason. It's really interesting.
All right.
It's a similar kind of parallel.
I also played Divinity: Original Sin. They put out.
Oh, sorry. So you're not done yet.
Not
but, quite. You're almost near the end.
I hope the main character dies.
Okay. All right.
Like I hope him and his stupid Xeon bitch girlfriend both eat it. In the final sequence, and they're like, "Oh, we'll be in love forever now," and somebody with some sense shoots them.
Okay, if that is your main gripe, I think you'll be fine.
Okay, great.
Go on.
Like somebody comes in, like, "You are a bunch of idiots." Bang. But other than that, like, I liked it quite a bit.
Well, you still got a bunch of Gundams to check out.
Yeah,
Gundam.
a lot.
Yeah.
What are we looking? I'm watching it forward with a to? friend of mine though, so that's going to be slow going.
Yeah, 79. You can.
What are
if you
we
if you
looking
feel like
forward to?
fast forward, like not going through everything, you can watch the compilation movies. You won't get the whole story, but
Compilation.
you'll get a
Hey,
pretty.
Wooly, I looked it up.
Yeah.
Xeon started the war.
Yeah, totally.
Sure.
So, but not.
so.
But it's deeper than that. The Zabis started the war.
Dude,
Yeah, idiot.
whatever.
No, but exactly. Welcome to the fucking depth that is. It's not as simple
Hey,
as the Chancellor.
If in World War II, Hitler got shot a year into the war and the war kept going, I'm not going to give a fuck about that. Get off my planet.
No, if it's
No,
what
that's
if the peaceful movement gets usurped by a bunch of assholes?
Whatever, get off my fucking planet.
Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway.
Fucking Xeon pigs.
What are you guys looking
what
forward
are we
to?
looking forward to?
Yeah,
I was. I was.
No, I know, because I know it's right around this time that Matt's like, all right, let's
All
turn
right,
those
let's-
wheels.
I gotta go.
I know. It's
I gotta
fine. We'll
get
get
outta
there,
here
dude.
now.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I bet, I tried all these indie games in a row in like one afternoon and just didn't get that far into any of them. And then I just said, fuck it. And, Wooly, this is gonna frustrate you, but I was right all along. I knew I should have started from the beginning because Char is awesome.
Yes.
Char, like, I don't know.
But it's just, there are people, and I've said it before, but there are people where it's too old for them?
It's better than 8th MS.
Sure, but some people can't handle it. Like
Okay,
how old it is.
so what are you watching the 6-hour movies?
No.
You're watching the episodes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're in for a long ride.
Yep. Well,
Awesome.
you know me and long run. I don't have a problem with
Good.
that.
Good.
Yo, man, it's first of all, like, it looks great. Like, I love it. I love the way it looks.
0079, here we go.
I love
Finally.
how old it looks,
Yes.
and how some people look like they're just ripped out of Speed Racer.
And the Gundams aren't all straight and angular.
No, the Gundams look wonky as
Sometimes
shit.
they look stupid.
Like, there's a bit where in like episode 7 or something where like 3 Zakus are landing and they just slide like all the way down the screen.
man.
It's super shitty.
We're drawing mecha. Who needs rulers? Fuck that.
off model all the way.
But like, I was really weirded out. Like, I really like Amuro. I really like Char more than almost everyone in 8th MS.
Interesting. Good. Okay,
Like,
that's great. I'm glad.
The command. What was his name? The commanding officer in 8th MS.
God,
I forget.
I forget, but yes.
But
yeah.
like, I remember like my biggest complaint was like, hey fuckers, you're fighting a war here. No one cares about your mixtape. Nobody cares about like your love affair with the Xeon lady or whatever.
So-
don't endanger your team. And when Amuro does the same thing, like early on, it's like, I don't want to get in the Gundam. Why? Because I haven't slept in days. Because I'm fighting battles every day. Because I'm fucking tired. Like, I can empathize with that way more than like, oh, this is the battle of my music or whatever, all that fucking shit.
That's awesome. Like, the fact that Amuro and Char are like, they're like hero and villain, but they're not doing...
Nah, Char's not a villain.
Well, but whatever, right?
I can tell right away.
Antagonist, protagonist.
Yes.
But
Rock and hard place.
but you don't get all this huge tropey shit.
Yeah.
Because these motherfuckers are inventing it in the 70s.
Yeah, because it's super old. And there's a bunch of
And
little...
then characters that come afterwards that are post these characters are like still going back to tropes that Amuro and Char don't
there's
have.
a bunch of
Char,
like,
I should say.
there's a bunch of little details that I'm madly in love with, and they make the show a million times better. And I know a lot of people wouldn't care about this, but me and my friend were freaking out because the first 10 episodes they're chasing the white base.
Yeah.
But Char doesn't call it the white base. He calls it the Trojan horse. Because they don't know what it's fucking called.
Right.
Why would the enemy force know the name of the new ship?
Right.
They don't. Like, shit like that. Little tiny stuff. Like, Amuro in the cockpit, like,
Just
furiously
inconsistencies here and there?
reading a manual. No, that's not an inconsistency.
No, just like in cartoons when
Sorry.
the villain knows exactly what to call the enemy's units and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Like
the
that-
new
like-
Megazord.
like-
But that's why I'm saying
Yeah.
inconsistency, because he shouldn't know. Like a writing
Right.
inconsistency.
No,
Which in this case they don't have.
It's not an inconsistency. He
Sorry,
doesn't
then I
know.
clearly don't understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
The ship, the new
He
prototype
sees the
ship,
new
is
ship?
called the White Base.
Okay.
But since it's a prototype and they don't know what it is, they call it the Trojan
Oh, they
horse.
call it something. I'm sorry, pardon
And-
me.
and-
I thought you
and-
were saying there was an inconsistency in the writing.
I know,
and that
and
bugged
as
you.
the series goes on,
Yeah.
like, they still don't know what it is.
Sure.
So they keep calling it like
No one briefs the enemy on what this new experimental ship is.
And there's a bunch of little details that, like, I really wish somebody had told me before I started watching Gundam that, like, show up in this. That, like, I feel so stupid that I never realized this. Because of Wing, in a lot of respects, and because of the way that portrays space, I had a very distorted idea of where the colonies are in space.
Did you think they were hanging out next to the moon?
I thought they were hanging out as far away as Jupiter.
Okay.
Because why wouldn't I?
Okay.
But then, like, in the intro to Gundam, they go, the colonies orbiting the Earth. And I go, oh, God, that changes everything.
Okay,
And
okay.
that changes, like, stuff I thought about 8th MS.
But hold on a second. But you knew that there were colony crashings into the Earth.
Yeah.
So it had to be
I thought they
within
moved it all the way from
they can
wherever.
move. If they can get them into space, they can move them around.
That was one of those things that I always was, like, super confused
The
about.
threat of a colony crash needs to make sense based on where it is.
Yeah, but like
floating,
think about it this way, and I'm sure if you look back in Wing, like I think I'm right. Like every time you see a colony, it's like the shot of the colony with space behind it. Earth is never visible.
in shot. Yeah.
when Earth should be visible if they're all
I don't
Sure.
I don't actually know, but I actually totally agree with Pat.
like and especially since all space fiction since then.
Yeah, okay.
There's no reason to think that the colonies wouldn't be like super far out.
why would you build a colony 2 feet from the Earth?
Yeah, I don't know.
And the other
That sounds stupid.
Other misconception is that there's like, there's like 2 colonies. And it's like, no, there's sides.
There's
And the
tons.
sides are collections of colonies.
Yeah, and just because there was a part in 8th MS I couldn't understand, like how the fuck does Xeon get ground troops on Earth? How the fuck does that happen? Like how the hell do space invaders that you're still fighting a war in orbit
But now you know.
get troops
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
planet?
yeah,
Well, it's
yeah.
like if they're right fucking there, then okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I'm super excited to keep going, like to get in there, and especially since
Motherfucker, I'm watching 79 again.
since like this
I'm
is
not back into Naruto. I'm back
this
into Gundam.
this is the
man. Let's do it.
oldest
But you're
and like
actually back into
ghettoest of all the Gundams. Like I feel confident that I can do all of it.
Well, if you're feeling it now, you will be fine for the rest of the entire.
And like I'm even
Gundam
getting
IP.
a kick out of like, oh, they're using that shot again.
Good.
They're using
No,
that
good.
shot.
All right.
Oh boy, they love that shot of missiles hitting the white base's northern
Sure
part.
saves a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, if the age doesn't bother you, then you're fucking golden,
What is
dude.
the
What Zabis have been introduced?
Garm only?
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's a dick. And the instant, this is very early, guys, and the show's 30 years old, so it's not a big spoiler, but he gets into a fight with a Gundam,
Spoiler.
and Char, like, fucks up the radio so that he would die. And the instant that happens, you go, oh, that Char, he's the best. He's the best.
Red Comet, motherfucker.
And they do a lot to humanize, like, now that so in 8th MS, they do a poor job compared to the original series. They humanize both sides a lot. Like, the team that the show follows is the Earth Federation.
Yeah.
And they do everything they can to villainize the upper management of that Fed. And then they do everything they can to humanize the lower ranks of the Xeon Ops. And like, there's the bit where like the whole battle pops off because the guys go to check on the mother and kid, make sure they're okay.
Yes.
And all that stuff.
So that's why I'm trying. Whenever it's like,
And I-
space traders versus whatever,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, dude, the politics change a lot of what you think about that.
And that's sad that they have to die because they're on the wrong side.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. All right,
Colonies were a mistake.
when you get a good ways in,
Yeah.
and when I say good ways in, I don't mean to 79, I mean to Gundam.
Yeah, to like
You're gonna
way
hit, you're gonna hit the right point where that storyline reaches its natural conclusion.
the Zabi storyline.
No.
Or
Shar, and Amuro,
okay,
right? Then go back and listen to Richie Branson's Zig Zion.
yeah.
And that song will have a whole new
Yeah.
fucking meaning for you.
But yeah, Gundam's pretty good. Char's pretty cool. Like they keep calling his Zaku red. It's not. It's pink.
It's red.
It's red, though.
It's red. It's red.
Like the chest is red.
Adjust your TV.
Yeah, it's not
fucking
perfectly
fuck off.
calibrated.
It's super duper red.
It's like, are you sure in the original?
It's
Like,
fucking red, man.
because it looks fucking pink
It's
to me.
crimson, dude. It is a crimson red. Anyway.
Don't bother
Anyway.
because your phone is also not calibrated.
Gundamu.
Dude. So
Yeah,
I'm watching it with a friend of mine, so the progress will be slower than it usually is for me.
Okay.
But that fucking episode.
What does he think so far?
He's crazy about it as
Right
well.
on, right on.
But that fucking episode, not episode break, a pause break, where there's that fucking sneeze noise, where there's a drum build up to shoo. No, it's like a lady screaming shoo, or it's like sneezing. It's so fucking stupid.
It's weird.
Oh man, that show is it should be awful. Like it there's only one thing
No, it
that
shouldn't.
there's only no, I mean
Tomino's great.
there's only one thing that's like genuinely awful about the show, and that is those 3 little child characters.
Oh, don't
that
worry
are
about
drawn
that.
like
don't,
freaks.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, that's the
They're fucking weird looking. They don't look like humans.
they look like characters from Yatterman.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I
No.
know
Don't worry.
I
Don't
know
worry
the
about
style
those
you mean,
kids.
yeah.
They're fine.
Okay.
How?
Yeah.
All right.
No, there's one-
we can't sit on Gundam.
There's
forever,
one more.
but,
I
yeah.
have to say
Okay.
that Fra Bao is the worst name ever. Fra
You get-
Bao.
it is awful, but you get used to it.
Fra
No.
Bao.
When
I've
said
heard worse names.
when said by Japanese people, Furao.
Frobao. It's dude. It's the word.
Azunabaru.
It's so bad.
That sounds like someone failing to say someone's name,
Yeah.
not an actual name. That's weird.
That's
All right.
pink, man. That's fucking pink. Look at that.
It's red.
The chest is red, but
Rest
everything
is
else
red.
is pink.
It's crimson. It's red. Your phone's not calibrated.
It's red, dude.
Oh, you guys are assholes.
Super red.
Calibrate your eyeballs.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, get good eyeballs.
Okay. I guess we're going counterclockwise.
Do you guys know what pink looks like?
I guess we're going counterclockwise.
I
It's
think-
like a light red.
I think all three of us against one do, yeah.
We'll just have to agree to disagree,
Disagree.
Pat.
Yeah. That's what we'll do.
I'm gonna hold on to this.
Yes, this incredibly petty nothing.
It may or may not become more red in the future.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There you
Anyway.
go.
Matt.
Yeah, yes, counterclockwise. I forgot what that meant.
There's that. Also on the anime thing. I watched
The anime thing.
The anime thing. Watched episode 2 of Gundam Thunderbolt. Officially.
So I hear that was shit. I saw you talking about that on Twitter. How shit it
worst.
was.
What a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
It should have never happened. It was a mistake. Nothing but trash. No, it's officially cemented with 2 episodes. With what is this? 60 minutes of like runtime.
Of Gundams.
This has cemented itself as the absolute best I've
Gundam.
ever watched. in
I
the
remember
series.
seeing people saying stuff like that when Unicorn came out.
Yeah, Unicorn was like incredible. When it came
People
out.
just going like, "Oh, fuck all that shit. Unicorn's the new shit."
Yeah, no, this does it with brevity and like, and because it uses its timing and it's like
money.
and everything so well, and it's firing on every possible
Man.
cylinder, including the ones I didn't know existed.
Man, you know what doesn't do it with brevity? That original Mobile Suit Gundam.
Oh,
my god.
you're in the meat.
We're
right?
like, me and my friend were like 35, 36
There you go, yeah.
to 48 or something. And like, man, just
Monster of the Week.
man,
Monster of the Week.
Char
Just
has
get on
an
with it.
infinite number of new Claude little Zaku types.
Ship of the Week, Toy of the Week.
Wow.
Yes. That's the problem. And
Wow.
so that is why those summary movies
Yeah,
ended
work.
up
Yeah.
existing, because of the part where everything slows down to get here's a new toy.
Yeah. Now, luckily, like that it's so bad now that it's still entertaining. Like it's so
Oh,
old.
like it's looped all the way
Yeah,
around.
so old.
But the start is still
And,
does its
and
job.
like, you know, my friend and I were getting massive kicks out of like they forgot that cell was not supposed to be there. Is that a hair underneath
Is
the
it like
frame?
is it like Rocket Robin Hood tier or like
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay.
But like
What's Rocket Robin Hood?
It's just it's an old TV show that played in North America.
there
that
are
was-
some
it was poorly animated.
Okay.
there are some severe animation mistakes going on, and I'm getting a massive kick out of that. And man, Char's the best.
He is.
And Sayla, getting there,
Sailor
getting
Mass
there,
is pretty good.
getting there.
Sailor
She's all
Mass is
right.
pretty good. All right. But yeah, fuck all that shit. Gundam Thunderbolt. No.
Yeah, no, totally.
I will never say fuck 007.
No, I'm really glad that like at the end of this journey that I've gone on, like
There's at least one more good thing left,
Because
right?
the worry is that when you start like and you're like you commit to like I'm going to do all of this series right, and it's like what if I get to the modern one and the modern one that I would get to at the end sucks because that would sour like the
journey.
the trip
Yeah.
to a degree. So I'm glad that like they're not going to make a new series after Gunderbolt by the time I
Gunderbolt.
get
Gunderbolt, you heard it here first.
Yeah, okay.
Fortunately, you have a lot of exit points on the way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places where you can just get off the ride.
Yeah.
If you want to. But I don't suggest it.
The other thing that I did is that I finished Mobile Suit Gundam.
Hey.
So, so that Caecilia,
Yeah, baby! Isn't that moment like
she's got a good head on her shoulders.
isn't that one of the most shocking, unbelievable things to imagine being on TV back in the day?
I have seen that clip over and over and over
In other contexts.
for like 10 years, and I never knew what it was from. And all of a sudden, I see Char in a suit, in a space suit,
Yeah.
with the bazooka,
And the pieces start coming together.
and I'm like,
I
oh,
know this
that's so.
oh.
That show, Mobile Suit Gundam from the 70s has some severe Monster of the Week problems in its second half.
But-
where, like, just mobile armor after mobile armor that are all just boring as
Experimental, dumb
shit.
things, yeah.
The big Zam is the ugliest fucking thing ever.
And again, this is why the movies exist.
But then when they finally get there, and we're talking about new types, and like
Lala.
Lala sucks, fuck her, and just like Char and Amuro, they're gonna duke it out, and they
Bro, here's a sword, motherfucker.
they have one of the
Let's
most
fucking do it with swords.
knockdown, drag out to the end like duels I've ever seen.
Oh, man.
Like, both of their mechs just get torn to shit. No, let's continue this with guns. No, let's continue this with swords. No, like
the jumping out of Lagan into a brawl thing. Fuck that.
Like,
come back to this.
Mobile Suit Gundam ends strong, real strong. And I have something else to say.
Well, I was going to say that the other thing is that Wing never had that moment.
I was talking to my friend as we finished it. It's like, this is from the 70s.
On YTV.
And this is like poorly made and like old as shit. And we're enjoying it so much more than we enjoyed Wing. And actually, I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than I enjoyed 8th MS Team.
Sure. Because here's the thing. Char is a compelling ass character.
Yeah, he's great. He's good.
Through and through.
I really enjoyed how fucking weird it got with all that new type psychic shit.
Yep.
And all the weird 70s filters and stuff like that. Though once
now you know what that noise means.
Once you've put in new types into your story, you're kind of stuck with them because they're invincible.
They're not.
Well, sure, but from what I've seen so far right now, they might as well be.
Okay.
Right? Because you get to a point in Mobile Suit Gundam where they're like, well, the only thing that can kill a new type is another new type. We need more new types.
Yeah, well,
and I
you better believe people try to compensate.
And then my other statement is that, man, Camille is a girl's name, and him losing his mind and attacking people over it.
Okay, so you had no downtime,
dude. No, it's like we finished it and it was quite late. It's like, we need to watch the first episode of Zeta.
Okay,
because I want to see.
You want to know.
I want to see the jump, and the jump is big. The jump is 7 years in terms of budget, animation, all that, and it's like the end of Mobile Suit Gundam, which looks like shit, compared to the OP of Zeta is like, but like, and I love they have that shot of like, here's all those surviving cast members, and they're all adults now, and
there's time passing for people.
But, like, here's our new main character, and our new main character is a stupid idiot. Camille, what's his last name?
He is a brat.
Like,
he's a brat.
Camille isn't, like, you have a girl's name. I'll fucking fight you get arrested, and then fight an MP, and then run away and crash a car. And
they tried to pull that same thing with Shin in Gundam Seed Destiny, and it just falls apart. But Camille more importantly,
like in that first episode, I only watched the first one. He comes off like a crazy person.
I don't remember how much of the Titans.
Very little. They don't talk about the Titans at all.
Okay.
He punches one in the face.
Cause
yeah,
that's the new word now. The fucking Titans.
The Titans, man. And the AEUG.
Yeah,
AOTons.
Yeah.
But okay, all right. So
I also
rolling.
And also when you watch these things like Bam 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 Bam, you get to see that the first episode of Zeta is like a near shot for shot remake of the first episode of Mobile Suit Gundam in terms of like Char's in a red robot and he's sneaking in the air ducts and he's taking photos of robots and
now the thing too here is just when you're saying like the climax of the Char versus Amuro battle is like amazing, and it's like that's the end of chapter 1.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like
that is not at all.
No, I know. I know.
So that fucking rivalry is
Sayla Mass in Zeta?
Sayla Mass is not done. I don't want to tell you when.
Because she's not in the intro. She's not in the OP. And when I noticed that and saw that like Amuro's in the OP and Kai's in the OP and stuff like that, and I was like, oh no, where's Sayla at? Oh man, she's
done.
great.
Sayla's not done.
Good.
That's all you need to know.
Because Sayla's great.
Good. I'll tell you what though. Like, you'll probably blitz through Zeta as quickly, I think.
Yeah.
Because Zeta's fucking great.
Dude, the animation jump is just
then you're gonna finish it and you're gonna get to double Zeta.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna know
Huh?
that there's no reason to continue. You can just stop.
Ah?
You do not need to watch double Zeta.
Oh, I don't need to watch
You
Double
do
Zeta.
not need to watch double
Why
Zeta.
why is that?
You can move right on past double Zeta.
It's one of those, huh?
We'll have that conversation when the time comes.
I should just start watching Double Zeta now.
Okay. We need to find out.
I need it.
No, you don't. You really, really don't.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're like a little deer.
I need to know.
I feel like I'm holding out the little food and I'm feeding the deer.
Yeah.
And if I make
Just a
a
little
noise
bit.
or I
No.
startle you, you're gonna jump away and prance back into the
No,
woods.
I need it.
No.
I
just
need all the bad with all the good.
Eat the little food I'm holding
I'm a
out in
deer
my
that's going to
hands.
stay in
Hey,
the
Wooly-
forest and never show
Wooly,
up.
I didn't download those compilation movies for Gundam. I watched the whole series,
I
all the
know.
shitty
You want it-
episodes.
you want-
I
you
want
want
it
all
all.
of it. You
I
want
need
all
it
of it.
all.
I get it. I get it. We need though to find out what our sponsors week was like. So let's do that.
What's wrong with Double Zeta?
Oh my god.
Seriously, what's wrong with it?
It's a piece of shit.
It's just bad.
It's just
top to
bad.
bottom.
It's about every character is annoying. It's about nothing interesting, and it just exists because they needed to continue selling toys.
Okay.
And then while it's being shit, it's officially part of the timeline.
So you kind of need to know.
And no, you don't, but it starts pulling in characters that are significant from Zeta. And it's just so...
Just tearing them up.
And it just... everything about anyone you're gonna like in Zeta is gonna get shit on super hard. It's gonna get shit on
that
super
happened.
hard.
That happened in Gundam when like Mirai fell in love with the man who just beat her every episode.
Oh, God, whoa.
You forgot about that, huh? Slegger? He just backhand... Dude, all he does to Mirai is hit on her and backhand her, and then he dies, and she's like, I loved him so much.
Yeah. Weird ass dude. That's the 70s, man. Fucking 70s. Oh my god! I almost forgot to before we completely move on from that. Rambo Ral, Rambo fucking Ral,
Just like out of like
right?
like
Yeah.
that jobber from 30, 40 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Like he was super important. What?
And his girl.
Yeah.
And fucking anyone who's got their hat tilted a little
Yeah,
bit to the
yeah.
side. Man, that 80s girl, that 80s soldier woman look is just, it's intense, dude.
Yeah.
Or 70s, I should say.
I really appreciated in Gundam the amount of people that were horribly murdered directly on screen by having like fists going into their cockpits.
Nice transition there. Cause
Yeah.
I was about to say, that's the other thing is, yo, she's,
the CEO or whatever. Just it's always these weird things where it's like they're in a plane or something, and then a robot just punches the cockpit straight through, and you go, "Holy shit! Did that person just die?" And they don't talk about it for like 5 minutes, and then the funeral is happening,
And that was it.
And you're like, "Whoa, it's war."
No prolonged, like, I get to live a little bit longer because I'm important.
No,
Your cockpit's gone.
nah.
There's a fist there now.
I'm gonna use a solar beam to wipe out like 1 million people.
Yeah. It's,
Those guys are dicks.
We got our reasons.
You know what I didn't expect near the end of Mobile Suit Gundam? The villains talking to each other and having a discussion that goes like this. Son, you're crazy. Have you ever heard of a man named Hitler? Hitler? Huh, who was he? He was a man who couldn't see the times. It's like, I will show you this power of Hitler. Walk out. But Hitler lost, son. And like, whoa, that's a weird conversation.
Yeah. You need to go read about Tomino. He's he's got a lot of dark things inside of him,
yeah.
and he uses anime to get it out.
Oh, I gotta get it to poison out.
And he tricked a toy company
Yeah.
into using their toys as a vehicle to get the darkness out.
That bazooka decapitation is so graphic. I can't believe it.
And you linger on it.
It's the foot that flies from right to left that really makes it. It's her boot that just shoots across the screen in the other direction.
All right. Let's roll into the news, shall we?
I'm itching to get back into Gundam and making fun of Camille, which is totally a girl's name.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, that really threw us off.
He'll bust down your door and punch you
a good
if
friend
you
of mine's sister's named Camille, and I can't,
Chamomile.
I can't separate it.
Right.
It's just like, oh, it's my friend's sister who's piloting the Gundam.
I'm very interested for you to experience the Titans.
Yeah. You know what I don't like about Mobile Zeta? Mm-hmm. It doesn't have the episode bumper of Sha! Yeah, that's super dumb. That being said, you start watching that, holy shit, it's so 80s right away. The fucking soundtrack and all that shit. It's like,
oh my god, Thunderbolt 3 is about to get subtitled.
oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, Thunderbolt 3 for Wooly Happy
So you have to
Time.
wait for the show to come out, then you have to wait for it to get subtitled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out raw.
Do you watch it raw?
No.
Oh.
There's no context.
It's too good to ruin.
It's too good to ruin it raw.
Yeah.
Too good to gulp.